Hi, ship ahoy there. Welcome to the Euro 2016 Broom Cupboard. I'm your host, No More High Rise, and in just under an hour, France take on Romania in the opening ceremony, the first game, Friday night action. Is this the chance for France to win on home soil again? 1998, they did the trick in the World Cup with that man Zidane behind me, and before that, 1984, or 1984 even, Michel Platini, the now disgraced or grey cloud over his head, he was the catalyst and they won it. Also in 1984 was a hit by Billy Ocean, Caribbean Queen, and that's our song of the day. Now, not many of you know this, it's actually first of all going to be European Queen, and for some reason they changed it to Caribbean, maybe it sounded better, but I've no doubt that Platini and all his friends with the onions in tow were singing this song big time. And as it's the European Championships, it's kind of apt that we have the European Queen. But I don't know if there's any Queens playing this evening. Maybe if your Reese messes up, he might be termed that. So, Pogba, he seems to be the main man now for France, a Manchester United reject, and he looks like he's going to be in there alongside Kante, who's come from nowhere. Not even the Leicester guys knew who he was at the start of the season. Up front, Giroud, no Benzema, he's disgraced, he's out of the joint. So it's the Arsenal sub, if you like, who's going to spearhead the attack. And then the class act alongside him, and probably the one French player we all expect to hit 8, 9, 10 out of 10 in each game is Griezmann. At the back for France, are they a little bit dodgy? Mangala for Man City, who sometimes plays all over the shop. Koscielny, Arsenal centre back, he's got better and better every season, so he's their main man right there. And they've also got Everest still, you know, the guy keeps on going, he's left back. Question is, will Mangala start or will it be Rami? Looks like it's going to be this guy Rami, who's going to play alongside Koscielny. Lloris, of course, is the captain, and he'll be looking to start off a long stay in his championships and lift the trophy at the end. Now their opponents, Romania. Now in case none of you knew, this is what the stamps look like in Romania. There's a nice bear, and there's also a snake. I'm not sure what that signifies. Some people might say Mutu is a bit of a snake. The bear, of course, a great beast. That's Jordaneski, actually, the manager. So back when he was a player, he was one of the top Romanian guys, banging in plenty of goals. And then when he joined Steaua Bucharest as a kind of player manager or assistant manager, they lifted the European Cup back in the 80s right there. So he's had a few stints as Romania's manager. At the moment, you could be forgiven for not knowing many of their players. They've got Kirichez, who had a spell at Spurs. He's a bit of an iffy guy. The goalkeeper, Pantamillion, looked good at Man City. Sunderland, he's even going to start. Let's talk, he's injured. And then there's Rapp, the left back, who's been around for years and years. The rest of them, completely unknown guys really. Even if you're into European football, you go through the squad list, you're not even seeing any big teams coming out. So the Romanians are definitely the underdogs, but they're going to be close-knit, and they're going to fight for every ball. They're going to scrap hard, and they're going to try and upset the France, and maybe get a sensational opening day victory, a bit like when Cameroon took out Argentina back in 1990. So our predictions really is a comfortable win for France, 2-0. That's what we think is going to happen. Of course, those of you who are a bit optimistic and maybe ambitious will say that the Romanians are going to get something and put a bit of a spanner in the works. So, moving on from tonight's game, tomorrow all eyes are focused on Gareth Bale and Wales. No, only kidding. It's England-Russia, USSR Soviet Union. Now, these guys, compared to Romania, are complete unknowns. No one knows the Russians anymore. There was a few years ago where, of course, the money was pumping in and big players were going over there. Those days look long gone, especially ahead of the World Cup coming up in 2018. So England are expected to kind of like just turn up and win 2, 3, 4-0. Expectations are going through the roof again. Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Dyer, Vardy, they captured our imagination. But are we going to be stale, flat, a bit like how Rooney performs in the last tournaments? That's the worry here. It's almost as if England have got kind of whatever way they go, they want to hide into nothing. They're expected to win, and a draw, which actually would be good, will probably be treated as a disaster the way the Russians have been built up. The only guy that some of us may know is Shirkov. He was at Chelsea, but he spent most of his time apparently in the Imperial War Museum, probably judging the different propagandas. And then there's the goalkeeper, Akinfev, excuse my pronunciation, who once you see him you'll probably be familiar with him, but they've been hit by injuries, so England are 100% expected to win. We know in the tournaments that might not always be the case. For the England starting lineup, Lallana is mentioned that he may be in there, same as Milner. We're not even sure what formation Hodgson is going to play. We know He's going to have a flat back four if you like, but ahead of that could be any kind of shapes. Dyer will probably just go in front of the centre backs. He's been brilliant in that position for Spurs. One of the reasons he wins so many headers are the Russians and the Slovakians going to be putting diagonal balls in, maybe against Wales in the Premiership and Canada. That may come to the fore. Dele Alli, he has to start. Kane, he has to start. Vardy, you would assume he has to start. And Rooney as a skipper, he has to start. But these are all attacking guys. So how Hodgson kind of juggles that. We think he's going to be playing Milner as part of that juggling act, and possibly Lallana. So we may not even have a natural wide man that kind of stirred in. And of course, Townsend has already dropped from the squad, so forget about that kind of swashbuckling winner. Okay, so England, Russia. What are we predicting here? 1-0 England, and a goal from Kerry Dixon, or maybe Harry Kane even. Also tomorrow, as I mentioned, Wales, Gareth Bale, or Gareth Barry, as I would like to say, they take on Slovakia in the other group game. We don't know, this is a tough one to predict, but let's go for Gareth Bale to score right at the end, right in the top corner, left foot, and then run into the arms of Chris Coleman. The other game, which actually kicks off the one of three tomorrow, is Albania against Switzerland. Switzerland were obviously in England's group. Decent side, you'd say. Maybe they won't capture our imagination. In that group, will they come through with France? That's possibly the expectation, because we think Romania is so weak. Albania really at this level are unknown quantity, let's be honest here. Although some of you may remember they played England a few years back and they're a lot better than we think. They've got the Italian manager DiBiase. He's definitely going to have them well drilled. Will they get a result against Swiss? I think they will. I think it will be a draw, or Albania will win. I don't think the Swiss will get a result here. I think this will be an interesting tournament for the Swiss, and it's going to be Albania. They're going to be one of the surprise packages. I think they're going to take everybody by storm, but that doesn't mean they're going to win it. But they're going to have a good tournament. I can read out some of their players in case you don't know. Berisha, Lila, Layani, Hessa, Kana. He's the captain. Plays for Nantes. Veseli, Agoli, Basha, Mamusha, Sadiku, Gashi, Shaya, Kukali, Yaka, similar name or same name even as the one that's just signed for Arsenal, but this is another guy, plays for Basel. Mavai, Kaliyashi, Aliyah, Hayati, Bala, Kase, he plays for PAOK, Aniuoke, Hiroshi, Brashi, and then there's a unknown guy, really kind of Hoxter, who plays for Partizan Tirana. So they've got a couple guys, if you like, are playing in Albania, but it's quite a spread in the Albanian squad. To be fair, you've got guys who are out there for Lazio. I'm seeing Napoli on the list, Colorado Rapids, Zurich, the guys representing Istanbul, and even in Croatia records. So they're well drilled, the Albanians, and I expect them to get a little something. Euro 2016 Brum cupboard. Some heroes behind you may recognise. Van Basten. If you have any goal close to that in these championships, it's happy days all round. Albania, Switzerland starts off tomorrow. Then it's Wales, Slovakia. The evening game, England versus Russia. And tonight's action is France versus Romania. Thank you for listening. You have been great.